This is rude. Doom is always rude. Okay. And awful.
Like
speaking of relevancy, let's talk about Stuttering John. This is crazy. So I sent a note into the New York Post. They reached out to me yesterday, and I sent back my statement, and Shuli did as well. And it says, this article came out today. Stuttering John Melendez suing podcaster pair for secretly recording his voice and mocking him. Now, that's not even correct.
No.
This article is so incorrect, it's wild. We didn't secretly record him. That's not why he's suing us. Although, if you read the lawsuit, you can't even tell why he's suing us. But I can understand why they'd be confused. All right. It says, Stuttering John Melendez is suing a pair of podcasters for secretly recording his voice and using his name and even his couch cushions to make a buck off his significant fame. In quotes, significant fame.
They left the in off the front of significant.
Melendez 59 claims comedians Carl Heberger and Shuli Egar, the hosts of Who Are These Podcasts, used illegally recorded private phone calls to mock and ridicule him on air and in live events where he was the main attraction. Now, I feel so bad for Shuli because I saw what Shuli sent over to them. It's like he hosts the Uncle Rico show on the Shuli now.
Yeah.
He's not a co-host of Who Are These Podcasts. So
they get everything wrong. This is a prime
wrong.
example of how the media doesn't get anything right. Even a, relatively speaking, small little public interest kind of funny story like this, they can't even get those facts right when they're given to them. Like the facts were given to them.
We were emailing her. She responded, "Thank you, Carl." She could have said, "Hey, can you clarify this?" And I even said, "Like, if you need anything else, let me know." Like, she could have followed up with Shuli.
You're the guys, and they couldn't even get it right.
Melendez is a well-known figure in comedy and broadcasting with a distinctive voice and persona that is cultivated over decades, Melendez said in his Manhattan Supreme Court lawsuit. Look at this fucking goober. It says, Melendez rose to fame on the Howard Stern show, where he was known for asking celebrities offensive questions and then taking the abuse they hurled his way. Melendez's name and likeness carry significant fame and goodwill amongst audiences. Goodwill. I know. He contended in the August 7th legal filing, adding Heberger and Egar were not as well known.
Of course he did.
I know. Well, that's true. I didn't work for the Howard Stern show. That's true. Goodwill. It's fun. Egar also worked for Stern until 2024. He and Melendez were co-workers on the show for about a year. Completely wrong.
No, they were never on the show at the same time.
They were never on the show together because he was hired by Sirius. And John Melendez never worked for Sirius. He left when they were still terrestrial. So that's wrong. Also, Egar left in 2020, not in 2024. He's been doing his podcast since 2020. So it's just like, if you don't know the facts, like, why make them up? Why would they say that they were coworkers for about a year? It's just not even close to true.
I didn't even realize that. Like last year, Shuli was working for Howard.
Right. Not even close.
Great. Boy, they just suck.
At the center of the complaint is an event held in Rochester last August called DabbleCon 2, aimed at online fans who dabble in internet gossip. This is one of the funniest things about this lawsuit.
Another wrong.
So in the lawsuit itself, and I'm just stating facts here. I'm not pontificating. Watch out. In the lawsuit itself, he tries to reinvent why it's called the Dabbleverse.
Right.
By saying that it's people who dabble in online gossip or podcast gossip. No. Chrissy Mayer asked if you dabbled in comedy and you got offended by that. That's why it's called the Dabbleverse.
Yeah,
why would you call yourself
offended at?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Dabble. You said I'm dabbling.
Why would you call yourself the Duke of the Dabbleverse if that was the case?
It's so stupid. But just the fact that, like, his ego, he needed to recreate what dabble means in the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Facts are facts, man. What's real is real. If you're suing me for $600,000 fucking dollars, just state the facts. Why are you making shit up? There's a lot of made up shit, but whatever. I'm not going to get into that. Heberger and Egar allegedly teased juicy portions of secret phone calls. Between
juicy.
Yeah, they're juicy because of his fucking mouth.
Yeah, his mouth, nose, ears.
It's coming out everywhere. Calls between Melendez and comedian Kate Meany, in which he makes unsolicited advances towards her. That's fucking funny. I like that. Unsolicited advances towards her. That's great. The duo has systematically used excerpts of those recordings, along with Melendez's picture and other personal material as the centerpiece of their podcast and comedy act for months, Melendez said in the legal filing. Heberger and Egar even trespassed on his Los Angeles property and rifled through his trash to snatch sofa cushions from an old couch to display as a comedic exhibit in Rochester, he alleged. Holy shit, this is wrong. They're accusing me of trespassing? They're accusing Shuli and me of trespassing on John's property to get his couch cushions? I was texting with Shuli today about this. I'm like, dude, we got to do another road trip out to LA and start trespassing.
Do some rifling.
Yeah, it's been a while. Like old times. That's wild right there. I'm suing the New York Post. They're going to hear from my lawyers. The pair put the used cushions on display for attendees to photograph and joke about, essentially treating his discarded trash as a trophy, Melendez claimed in the lawsuit. Which, again, if I'm the New York Post, and I realize there's just no one's paying attention to this shit, but you're saying we trespassed and rifled through trash in order to get these couch cushions, and then like this is his property? What do you mean?
People actually drive around on trash day, pick up people's trash.
True. It's perfectly
and
legal.
Finish it, sell it, whatever it is. Once I believe, look, I'm no lawyer, but I do believe once you put your garbage out on the curb for pickup, you no longer have any claim to it.
Yes, it is discarded. It's not yours anymore.
It's discarded. Yeah.
This photo kills me because
I love this.
Do you know who I'm standing next to? Obviously, that's El Harible and Tukey. But you know who this person is right here, Ant?
Who's that?
That's Dr. Steve.
Dr. Steve.
I was talking with Dr. Steve, like, hey, man, you made it out of the New York Post. No one will know that, but
no one's happier than Dr. Steve that he's wearing a fucking mask in that picture.
So funny.
That's all Dr. Steve needs.
That's so great. The stunt was clearly intended to ridicule plaintiff and to further entice fans by offering a bizarrely intimate connection to him, it states. This lawsuit is completely frivolous and without merit, Heberger told the Post, denying any wrongdoing and slamming it as an asinine attempt at a money grab. This lawsuit is a sad attempt from a sad man to make money, added Egar.
Sad attempt from a sad man.
They got one part right.
I love it.
And then here you have the Uncle Rico show, which is never mentioned, with Bob Levy back at that time, looking at John's discarded couch.
The garbage.
The garbage.
Those are my retirement cushions.
It's not the first time Melendez has gone after people for using his voice. In 2020, he sued SiriusXM, claiming the company exploited his name and voice to promote Stern's show. When he left after 15 years, he ultimately lost the case.
Yeah.
The only reason why they know that is because I sent that to them.
Good.
I was always just like, by the way, he also tried to sue SiriusXM, and he fucking lost that.
Loser does this all the time.
And then this is my favorite thing. So I have been quoted in newspapers before, but this is my favorite quote I've ever had in the newspaper. John is not an intelligent man. We've watched him make the same mistakes over and over, added Heberger. Thank you for including that.
I'm suing. I'm suing for calling me unintelligent.
He's not smart. Melendez was on the Howard Stern Show from 88 to 04 when he left to become the announcer for The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, where he worked in various capacities until 2014. Demoted. In 2018, he launched the Stuttering John podcast, where he gained attention for a prank call to President Trump. The podcast ran until December when Shuli and Carl ran him off the internet. Oh, it doesn't say that. Since then, he's been doing stand-up shows and cameo videos. Melendez's lawyer did not respond to the Post's request for comment. I mean, they could not have gotten that more wrong. I feel bad for Shuli. No mention of the Uncle Rico show.
Yeah.
It just says that he does a show with me.
You want a little heat, a little heat for your product.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
I was reading I read the whole complaint.
Okay.
And the way they're trying to make it sound that using John's image, using his voice, promoting shows under the concept that John is somehow involved in it. Right. This was never done in a way that is a problem. If you say John's going to be there, Stuttering John endorses this. Stuttering John is behind this or connected to it in some way, financially or the promise that he's going to show there. That's an issue. Yeah. If what he's claiming was an actual legal issue, you wouldn't be able to do a documentary about somebody. You wouldn't be able to film a documentary. And there are plenty of docs out there about people that want nothing to do with the documentary. They're totally against it. You're using their image.
Yeah.
You're using their name. You're telling their story, but you're not saying they endorse this. As a matter of fact, you go out of your way at the end to say, we tried to get this person to say something, they didn't. So it's completely within civil law to do shows talking about people. I don't know where this case thinks it's going to go.
It's ridiculous. And it's even written into the law that when it comes to commentary and newsworthiness, you can do this all day long. You can promote it. I mean, I break it down to look at every thumbnail on YouTube.
Yeah.
Every thumbnail, there's Andrew Schultz, there's Joe Rogan, and Podcast Cringe is just on there fucking talking about how Brendan Schaub stepped on a rake today and Brian Callen's phoning it in. They have the photos of the people and their names in the description. It's just like, that's what all of this is. Of course you could do that.
All of it is. And everyone's making money off of it.
Yes.
So it's not like
all monetized.
You're not making money off it. No one, though, is saying this person's going to be on my show today. It doesn't go that way. You're commenting on it. And the fact that John, albeit this much, is considered a public figure makes it even more difficult to bring a case against somebody for any type of slander or libel or
I shouldn't be commenting on this.
Like
I shouldn't be commenting on this at all. But yeah.
No, I know. I'm commenting.
He reiterates over and over again how big of a celebrity he is, which doesn't help his case.
Right. Doesn't help his case at all.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he shoots himself in the foot every time because he wants to be Joe every guy, and then he's also the big celebrity.
Right.
Can't be
I
both.
was at DabbleCon too, and I'm a little upset I'm not named in the case. So
hit the like button.
This is a Doom clip. Let's let that emotional weirdo not spam me. And if you want to donate to Doom, I mean, his Cash App's everywhere. We all know your Cash App, Doom. I've given you money before. Doom's never given me money. I can honestly say I've given Doom money. Doom's never given me a penny. Follow Doom or it'll ruin your life.